Hello, and welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. We are here in El Paso. We're doing a flight to Phoenix in the beautiful A319 Phoenix, and this will be fun. So this is another A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 flight here. Now, this is technically a SkyWest flight, but SkyWest does not fly the 319. And I wasn't sure what I want to do this morning. I wasn't sure if I want to do a CRJ, an E-Jet, and keep it realistic. But I decided it was going to be this beautiful Phoenix. So again, welcome to the stream. Last stream was Monday. That was last stream was Tuesday, CRJ Tuesday flying. Today we're going to do Friday Phoenix flying. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's jump into the cockpit here and get things rolling. It's about a 300 nautical mile flight. We're using Beyond ATC as we always do. We are using Restream, so if you're on Twitch watching, welcome on in. We'll see. I don't know how often I'll do these Restream ones, but we'll see. I figured I'd do it again. Let's go and import the flight plan here. Again, we're going El Paso to Phoenix. Both are paidware, I believe. Mass and balance. Let's load the aircraft. Let's instant load it. And then let's go ahead and sync all the jazz here. Let's go up top here, and we're going to go external power. Battery 1 and 2 are on. Pumps are coming on board as well. We're going to go to nav mode. Crew supply is on. Get some light switches going. Master switch on for the APU. Emergency lights, no smoking, and seatbelt sign. Start that APU. That APU is firing on up. We're going to go down here to the bottom. Go to config. Manual for the failures. Nav. Scroll on down, and IRSs are going to be aligned. It is interesting to know that there are still a lot of people that don't have the Phoenix. And I'm talking about PC users, not the console user, the Xbox users. And it really surprised me. It really does. Now, I was a late arriver to the Phoenix as well. But I don't know. It's shocking to know that Phoenix has the #1 aircraft, by polls, and there still is a number of people that do not have the Phoenix. Cost index today's flight is going to be what? So we're going to go to use our briefing panel, which you can get from flightsim.to. Cost index is 5, cruising up to 380. Beautiful. We have that all set in there as well. And now let's go ahead and send this to the McDo. Send this to McDo. Ground services. Grand. I think I heard the APU firing up. Beautiful, Grand. APU bleed is on. The external power is off. Let's go ahead and get the doors closed. Beautiful. All's looking really, really well here. Let us go to our friends at Beyond ATC. And we're going to be doing clearance, which is 1250. I'll do the comms until departure. El Paso clearance. Good morning from SkyWest 6464. Ready for IFR clearance to Phoenix.
SkyWest 6464, El Paso clearance, cleared to Phoenix Sky Harbor, JCOX 2 departure, then as filed, maintain 8000, departure frequency 119.15, squawk 21 tree.
We are cleared to Phoenix Sky Harbor, JCOX 2 departure, then as filed. We're going to maintain 8000 departures on 119.15, squawk 2133, SkyWest 6464. Alright, let's go ahead and verify that I have my multi-flight working now. Yes.
Correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground on 121.9er, SkyWest 6464. See ya. Alright, so let's get the yoke cam on so I don't forget today. Beautiful, Grand. I think we're ready for pushback and engine start, aren't we? El Paso ground, SkyWest 6464 requesting pushback and engine start.
SkyWest 6464, El Paso ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
faced west, SkyWest 6464. Alright, so west is going to be in this direction. No, hold on. West is, well, we're kind of facing west. I guess we're just going to be turning over to the side there, just a bit. So let's get our pushback dude cooking. Is that right? That don't seem right. I guess so, though. Okay, so let's go here. Enter. Release the parking brake. Request a pushback. Push the hold button. Plane is pushing on back. You're going to see that GPU. This is from Sim Update 2. It seems to happen mostly with the FENIX. Alright, so let's go on down here. And that there. We'll get that going. This going.
Airplane mode. If your tablet has a
We'll start squawking. Get engine number 1 to be firing up. Bring that volume down just a little bit. Alright. And now let's go over here and let's get... Oh, I forgot to do the rest of this. Jeez. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Okay. So, ATC. Receive messages. Let's receive this stuff. Come on. Alright. Performance. Good. Grand. And let's go next one screen. We can see that's all loaded in there. Flight plan. We're expecting right now runway 22 departure. Atkins 5 and Atkins transition, beautiful. And Phoenix, we're expecting runway 7 right via ping. And diver, or driver, I guess it'd be. Insert that, beautiful, grand. Engine 1 up yet? There it is. Engine number 2's next.
Articles should be stowed either overhead or under the seat in front of you. To prepare for
I wonder if they're switching runways on us. Welcome in, Sean. We're going to have a thunderstorm next Friday.
Window shades must remain open for taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you haven't already fastened your seatbelt, insert the metal.
We're expecting, I think Monday, a storm here.
To open your seatbelt, lift the top of the buckle.
Alright, flaps are, what, two departure flaps, cool.
There's turbulence, keep it on whenever you are in your
Okay,
seat.
so it looks like YouTube chat's working on Restream now, that's cool. And we'll see if anyone's on Twitch and if they respond. Well, if they chat, I should say. El Paso ground, SkyWest 6464 ready to taxi to the active.
Pocket explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices.
SkyWest 6464.
Yeah, they changed runway.
4 taxi via Alpha.
4 window exits over the wings. And
Runway 4 via Alpha, SkyWest 6464.
Have evacuated.
Okay, so they did change our runway 4 departure. That's why we're facing west.
In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane can be detached and
there is no
used for
Atkins though.
flotation. All
Oh,
exits
JCOC.
are
Yeah, I
clearly
should have
marked
known.
with signs and
Via the
opening
JCOC,
instructions. If
and
needed, exit path lighting in the
I'm not sure
aisle
what the
will
transition is, so we're
illuminate
just going to
near
go
the door to
insert
guide you to
here.
an exit indicated
We're
by
going to
signs
confirm the
and
takeoff
lights.
data.
Keep in mind the closest exit may
Oh,
be
slow down
behind
now,
you.
slow
In
down.
the event of an emergency, leave all
Okay,
belongings
so we have
and
that good to
proceed
go.
to the closest usable exit. If needed, oxygen masks will drop from an overhead
Can you fly in thunderstorms in the sim? You could. I'm not going to, though. I like to use real-world weather whenever I can. Pretty much every time. So, yeah. I'll stick with my real-world today. Now, the stutters you're seeing is part of the little video I put up the other day, which is if you use the frame cap, Tower 118.3, SkyWest 6464, see ya. It does the stutter, so I'm trying to figure that out still. If I don't have the frame cap in there, the stutter does not happen. And as of right now, the stutter is kind of worse than getting the smoother frames. El Paso Tower, SkyWest 6464, holding short runway 4, ready to go. Alright, so on departure charts.
SkyWest 6464.
Runway 27, heading
270.
270.
Runway 4 cleared for takeoff.
These devices may not be
Runway 4 clear for takeoff, SkyWest 6464.
USB ports and AC outlets. If you are wearing a face covering in the event
That stutter is really bad.
drop from an overhead compartment, remove your face covering before placing the oxygen mask over your nose and
It reminds me of the old Flight Sim 2020 stutters on landing.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
It's so just aggressive. Alright, flaps are set, and autopilot set, good and grand. Landing lights are turned on, ready to go there. Let's bring up thruster. Thruster, that's not, yeah, I don't think that's a word. Bring up the thrust. Flexing, beautiful. And then we're going to go heading 270 on departure. I didn't do takeoff config test either. Wow. I skipped a lot of steps in this flight. I didn't turn off the APU. Haven't flown in the Airbus a bit, apparently. Rotating. Opposite right gear going on up. We're gonna wait for about that 400 feet above ground, and then we'll swing over to the left. .270. That stutter better not be here all flight.
El Paso Tower, UPS 9777 heavy, visual runway 8 right.
Alright, so climb for the lever.
9777 heavy, El Paso Tower, wind 0, tree 0 at tree, runway 8 right, cleared to land.
Runway 8 right, cleared to land. UPS 9777
Alright, let's go up on top, clean up some stuff since I forgot. Turn off those guys, all call grand there.
64, contact El Paso departure, take care.
We're cleared to 8,000, over to 119.15, Skywest 64. See ya. Departure, Skywest 64, 6,200, climbing 8,000.
Skywest 64, El Paso departure, good morning, radar contact, cleared direct DRVR, resume the JCOX 2, climb maintain flight level 190.
Direct clear direct to diver, resume JCOX 2, flight level 190. Skywest 64. 190.
Negative, climb maintain flight level 190.
You're supposed to say climb maintain. Climb maintain, flight level 19. Climb maintain, flight level 190. Skywest 64. Alright, so we're gonna go direct to JCOX. Let's bring up flaps one notch. Alright, so direct to JCOX, actually direct to driver. Insert. That's set, beautiful. And we're at high altitude today, so it's going to take a little bit more speed to get us up to where we want to go so we can bring up those flaps. So if you're wondering why those flaps still aren't up, it's because our speed is only 170. So I'm bringing that nose down just a little bit to try to increase that speed. But obviously we have some mountains below us. Alright, passing 9,000, getting close to 10,000. And so once we get past that S there, we'll go ahead and bring up the flaps. Looks good to me. And spoilers are also disarmed. And let's go to AP mode. We're going to go with auto response for Beyond ATC as well. And now we're going to manage the altitude, or sorry, the landing lights next. Alright, 10,000 landing lights are off. All's looking grand on departure. Next Friday, going to have a heavy thunderstorm. Heavy thunderstorm. We haven't had a big thunderstorm here in a little bit. diver's way out there. So it's a pretty straight path here for the flight itself. You see on the map here, there's a slight turn to the north, but we're going to backtrack. If we stick to runway 7 right, we'll backtrack and land 7 right for the arrival. So again, if you look at the stutters, so here's my FPS. We're sitting at, what, mid to high 80s. It looks like that stutter happens primarily on the ground. Nothing going on here in the sky. Like, it's really nice and clear, or nice and smooth. So I'll figure that out still. But I think it's either VRAM or it could be still a... Is that there? Is that a cloud? Yeah. It could be some issue with SimUpdate 2. Very possible as well. Very possible as well. It's Vaps, welcome in. Welcome on into the stream. We're on our way to FENIX, just departed El Paso. It's about a 300 nautical mile flight. We're expected to be on the ground within about an hour. So cruising for, what, 30 minutes maybe? We should get handed off to our next center soon. Or who are we talking to now? We're talking to departure, so we should be handed off to center soon. And then they'll clear us up to flight level 380. I had a really wild Beyond ATC flight yesterday. Really wild. So, I don't remember where I took off from. But I was coming into LAX. And I was cleared for, I don't remember which arrival, but I was cleared for an arrival. But it vectored me all the way. So instead of, you know, cleared for, you know, whatever, this arrival, or follow flight plan after this, it vectored me the entire flight. And I know they had done some update the other day. So it has to be something to do with that. It's rather interesting. Oh, look at that. Hey, we got wonderful advertisement stuff happening on... Let's block that one, I guess. This is why I don't like going on Twitch. I'm on Twitch for 2 days and all of a sudden you already get, you know, the bots popping up. What was I talking about? Well, yeah, so yeah, the Beyond ATC, I was really interested, but it did a really amazing job. It was quite impressive. I expected everything to go to hell. Now, it had me a bit high on the approach. And I was in the E-jets, so everything worked out fine, just fine. I was just a little high on that approach. It also did the thing where when you say, you know, ready for descent, it will just say, expect runway blah blah blah. Well, I don't know what that means. Does that mean that I'm cleared for descent? So I didn't follow that instructions as descent. Because sometimes when that happens, it will say that, and then, you know, 5 minutes or so later, it will, you know, say descend to maintain blah blah blah. In this case, I was waiting for that next descent instructions, the actual descent instructions, and it never came. So I was like, okay, might as well descent. So I'm not sure what issue there was with that, but clearly there was something that went wrong. But outside of that, the flight was really good with the vectors. Very cool. Is it Palm Springs? I might have departed from Palm Springs. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what happened, or where the flight departed from. But really cool flight. Alright, so we're expecting runway 5 right for the arrival, so let's go ahead and start preparing. Oops, well, I guess I do need this anyway. Let's start preparing for the arrival. Start runway 7 right. So we have 1369 here. We also need Phoenix and my flight and the METAR. So what was it, 1569? Well, we'll come back to that. 2984 for the altimeter. The temperature is 19, and the winds are calm. So 19, and then when the winds are calm, although I'm showing a different wind, so I think, let's see if we can refresh it. There we go. Okay, did that change anything else? 85, well 21 now, so we'll put 21 in there, but 9 and 7. 21, and then 9, 7. Cool. Alright, we have that set, and then the barrel was what? What's the minimums? The minimums are 1369. Okay, so in case they decide to change us runways, which they probably will, we'll be alright. We have that all set up for the arrival. I don't use the in-sim charts very often because I have my tablet. I've talked about that before. I have my tablet. 7 right is here. So when we land, we'll probably exit Hotel 6 via Golf Foxtrot. My assumption would be. And here's our actual flight plan. So there's Phoenix. And we still got about 11,000 feet before climb, or top of climb. So I did have a video come out today, this morning, that is about a pilot's life. So if you have interest in using a pilot's life and haven't quite decided what if it's something that you like, it's a short little kind of review video of a pilot's life up on the channel now. I do have a video coming out on Monday, I think it is, which pertains to Beyond ATC, which hopefully will help a lot of people. And then I'll have another one coming out next Friday, probably, which I think will be a really cool one as well. And then we'll kind of see what happens at that point. Alright, as we continue our climb out here, I'm going to step away for a couple seconds. I'll be right back. This sim is gorgeous. I will never get over how amazing this sim can look. Like, I've seen people post photos of X-Plane, and X-Plane's come a long way. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that X-Plane's done a really good job with lighting, with its clouds, right? The models of some of the planes are really, really good. The water effects on the ground at some of the airports is really, really good looking. But I feel like Flight Sim has a more of a soft touch to it. I think they kind of balance that photo, what's it called? Not photo, photography with realism. I do plan on at some point, I don't know, sometime in May probably, I'll jump into X-Plane, give it a shot. It's been a very long time. It's been over 5 years since I've been in it, but I want to get in it, hop in, give it a shot, give it a try, and you know, see what it's like. And I don't have 12 though. I only have 11, I believe. I'll have to double check. I'll definitely have to double check to see. So we'll be on the arrival already, it looks like, in the Phoenix. So if we look at our chart here, we zoom in, diver, or driver, whatever it was, is coming on up. Right here, right? That's the arrival into Phoenix. So we're already getting close to the arrival point. And we already shaved off like 6 minutes. We're expecting arrival now 51 versus 57. Let's see, so next week's stream schedule, let me see, I don't remember what my schedule is. I got, so maybe Monday. If not Monday, then probably Wednesday or Thursday, or both of those days. Now the 777 is supposed to come out sometime next week. Could be as early as this weekend, but I would put money sometime next week. Not that I'm going to plan on getting it. We'll kind of see at that point. Alright, so we're 1,000 feet away from top of climb, and then we'll be pretty much starting top of descent right there. So a very short cruise. Pilot Cypher is telling... This is one thing that's really cool about Pilot Cypher. It does tell you the projected top of descent. As of right now, it's saying 1425. So we can see our time right now is 14:10, so in 15 minutes is when we should be preparing our top of descent.
Sky West 6464, contact Albuquerque Center 134.45.
Contact Albuquerque Center 134.45, Sky West 6464, take care. Albuquerque Center, Sky West 6464, flight level 379er.
Sky West 6464, Albuquerque Center, copy.
dokie. And then next weekend I'm traveling. Next Friday through Monday I'm traveling, so obviously no streaming throughout any of that point. So I'm trying to make enough content so the channel has things going, so I'm not falling behind on anything too much. Although I don't really have any ideas after the next video I work on. So I gotta come up with something fresh after that. But I have a couple of unique things coming up soon. Alright, so we're at top of climb now. And so, like I said, so top of descent saying 1425. If we go down here in the FENIX as well, we can go into, which one is it? Program, right? And, nope, not that one. Which one is it? Performance? No. No, I said, oh, here we go, fuel production. No, that's not it either. No, it's flight plan, you can see, I don't even know what I'm looking for. You can see the estimated time for arrival and all that jazz. So we have 258 nautical miles to go, and 1502 is the time we're expected to be on the ground. And each time it shows here, this is the time you're going to expect to hit that waypoint. Okay, so our next one is diver. So at 1419. At 1419, right? So if we look back at the map here, there's diver. And then top of descent, or top, oh, right there. Top of descent's right up there. If we zoom in on the map, it's going to be just shortly after diver, as before the next point. So between these two here. So you can see our top of descent, 1425. And again, a pilot's life is telling me the exact same time, 1425. So if you do use a pilot's life, it does help you with at least that information. So you can prepare yourself. Weather in FENIX is pretty calm. Winds are, as of right now, up to 7 knots. But it's clear. I went through a streak for a while where I was just getting, again, I like to use real world weather, but I was going through the streak of just awful weather throughout where all the flights I was picking, well, a pilot's life or New Sky or whatever application I was using at the time, it's just crappy weather everywhere. And now I've been getting pretty good weather. There was a couple windy days recently. Is that like a... Oh, okay, that's just probably a defect. I thought there was like a... Maybe it is a boat. No. I think it's just defect in the graphics. That may be a boat. So we have some wind pushing us, so we're slowing down just a little bit with the engine. No problem there. All's normal. So the Switch 2 had its launch, well, pre-order launch, yesterday. Apparently it didn't go so well. Shocker. It didn't go so well. It was hard to get, as expected. And the retailers that said they'd have it had more of the bundles than they had just the actual console itself available for pre-order. I remember I heard that most of GameStops were supposed to have about 100 Switches available in, at the stores, and it seems like what ended up happening is it was anywhere up to 100, but more ideally or more realistically it was around 60, and majority of those were the bundles. Like I saw one printout that was on a GameStop door, and it showed 40 bundles and 20 standalone. So it does make sense, obviously. Nintendo wants to bundle it, make more money right out of the gate. but I think the information they had initially put out saying that there would be plenty of consoles to go around doesn't actually seem to have happened. And AMD said the same thing when they launched their 9000, what was it, 9070s or whatever it was, that there'd be plenty of those to go around, and obviously we saw what happened there. NVIDIA's finally kind of catching up. I can actually go on Micro Center. Okay, I'll check it right now, actually. So we have 2 Micro Centers in our area here, but I go to one that's closest to me. So I'm going to just type in a 5080 and see what happens. Yeah, so as of right now, I could walk into Micro Center. There are 7 5080 PNYs available. There are 13 ASUS. There are 1 MSI. Now the 90s were the ones that were really tough to get, though. Let's see if there's any 90s available. No 90s. But I bet you there's a crap load of 70s. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different 5070s available. Some have 18, some have 10, some have 1. But I would bet you there's probably 40 to, I'd say 40 or so 5070s available. I briefly considered it again, but then I'm watching benchmarks and all that jazz, and my 4080 is just, it's really good. You know, looking at Flight Sim, we saw the, you know, bring it up again here, but we, in the air at least, we're seeing, I have it capped at 90, so we're hitting that cap.
SkyWest 6464, increase speed to 280 knots.
I can't.
Increase speed to 280 knots. SkyWest 6464.
That's something I wish they'd fix at some point too. Alright, we have a company message, so let's go on down there and look. Asus, or Atsu. Asus, now I got graphic cards in my head. I will see if I can figure out how to get schedules set up with Restream if I continue doing it. Because I did see this morning there was an option in there. And also, of course, I got into the sim, I was at the airport. All I had to do at this point was launch up Beyond ATC, I thought. So I launched a stream, and I forget, 1, that I had it on the wrong scene. 2, I didn't make a thumbnail yet for the stream. or change the title and stuff, so I just launched it. Oh man. It gets me out of my system, because normally I have it scheduled either the day before or in the morning. I'll schedule the stream at a certain time so people will know, you know, when to join the stream. But last night I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to stream today or not. I was going to kind of play it by ear as I get up. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. And then so I'm going through the process and hit the button. And things had occurred. So we should get top of this. Beyond ATC's been fairly consistent, I would say, with the top of descent. So I would assume any moment now we're gonna probably get it. So if you're in flight sim and you start to lose your frame gen, like you can see here, it's not as smooth. Hit Alt Enter, and that fixes it most of the time. And now, of course, it's not fixing it now as I say that. Yeah, it's still funky right now. Oh, still broken. What the hell? So we'll go to settings, and then we're gonna clear out frame gen, save, settings, on, save, see if that fixes it. There we go, it's all fixed. But a lot of times the Alt Enter will fix it. I don't know, it's something to do with, well, I don't know if it's just Flight Sim though, because Flight Sim's the only title with frame gen where I will jump off screen a lot. You know, I'll tap over on my second screen. And it's so inconsistent when it happens. I've not figured it out. If I didn't have a second screen, this issue would not happen. It's that second screen that kind of just messes with things.
Skywest 6464, descend via ping 1 arrival, Phoenix Sky Harbor.
All right, there's our arrival information.
Altimeter 2985.
So let's go over here, and we are...
Descend via ping 1 arrival, Phoenix Sky Harbor landing runway.
We're expecting this
7 right,
route
altimeter 2985.
via Nelly, so
Skywest
7,000 for
64.
the altitude. And let's go ahead and activate our descent. Okay, all looking grand. Welcome in, Flo. Can you show us your Beyond ATC settings? I certainly can. Un momento. Alright, there's Beyond ATC. What the hell? Stop it. Okay. Traffic's on, so parked is 4. Departures is 3. Arrivals is 3. En route is 4. So 4, 3, 3, 4. And then FSLTL is what I use. 4, 3, 3, 4. Premium voices for the controller. Traffic is basic. And then the rest is, you know, whatever's.
American 570, Albuquerque Center, expect ping 1, runway 7 right.
Okay, so we have another plane out there.
Runway 7 right, American 570.
Should I bring up traffic? Yeah, I need to see the traffic map. I don't have it updated. Let's see if I can get this to work now. So let's go to this and capture window capture BATC traffic. Okay. And capture traffic map. Of course. And okay. There's the traffic map. Cool. It's pretty big. Let's drop it down a little bit. Like that. Cool. And can we do a cool thing to it? Let's try it. Mask. Browse. Oh man, where do I have that? Where do I have that stored? Oh yeah, I know. I got it. Oh, very happy with it. Flo, I have a video coming up on Monday. With a tip on there. Tip and tricks. There we go. There's the traffic map. Okay, so now with the traffic map, we zoom in here. We can see all kinds of planes around us. So we have us, and then we have two other planes in front of us. So we have a SkyWest in front of us. You know, it'd be funny, because all these flights are real-world flights, right? You know, they're routes. They're not actually flying right now, but they're real-world routes. And the ones in blue are the ones you can see. The ones in purple are the ones you can hear. But anyways, it'd be funny if we found our exact same flight, you know, SkyWest 6464, because a pilot's life uses real-world routes as well, and flight numbers. So that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, my FPS with traffic, obviously the FPS is going to change drastically based on the airport you're in, right? So if you're at a very large third-party airport, you're going to have FPS hits. That's just how it is. Whereas if you're at a, you know, generated airport, auto-gen airports, the base ones within Flight Sim, the performance will be substantially higher because the modeling for it is a lot lower. There's less things going on, right? Also, it's going to matter if you're at a small regional airport versus a mid-regional or a large, you know, international airport, because you have more terminals, you have more gates, you have more ground crew, or whatever it be, right? There's just more buildings, more stuff for the system to take advantage of, or take use of. So then you throw in aircrafts in it as well. But the settings I have for Beyond ATC seem to work best for me to get ideal air traffic and keep good performance. But again, I have a video coming up on Monday. I'm not going to talk about it at all. But I have a video coming up on Monday that I found a trick that seems to help. Learned a trick that seems to help with getting better performance with Beyond ATC. So that'll come out Monday. Still fine-tuning that one, but that will come out Monday. You remind me of the great Amelia Earhart, who once said, we did some stuff and then we did not do some stuff. Welcome on in. I'm doing some stuff right now, and then I will not be doing some stuff later on. But what I do know is that at some point today, there's some stuff I may or may not do. See, you can see like the stutter's not there right now, right? But I've been off of the screen. I've been on the flight maps for the last few minutes, and that stutter's not there. So it's so weird and random when FrameGen just decides to stop working. If I could figure that out, I can conquer the world. But I don't think I'm going to be able to figure that out. I do not think so. There is this airport, I don't remember which airport it is, but there's an airport, I want to say it's in Arizona, but I don't remember. Anyways, you have to come over fairly low over some mountains like this here, and then you make like a U-turn, and then you land. And I'm not talking Palm Springs, because Palm Springs is something like that, but you come in on an actual arrival in Palm Springs. This one didn't have an arrival. It's kind of sketchy, at least with Beyond ATC.
Contact Albuquerque.
whichever of the first, whichever ATC is the first to actually have terrain awareness is going to be huge. And that's a very difficult thing for all of them to do. But that's going to be a huge deal. And none of them currently offer terrain awareness, which means that if there's a mountain in front of you, it's up to you to figure out what to do with it. Listen to the instructions of the ATC, or crash into a mountain. Same with like obstacle awareness. So there are some airports. If you look at some of the charts, it tells you that there are there's a plant that's nearby, and it has smokestacks that are too high, so you need to come in higher on your approach than you normally would. Sometimes there's like power lines that are high, that are above the airport, the runway. So you have that as well, but none of the ATC does that currently.
Contact Albuquerque Center 125.4.
Center on 125.4, SkyWest.
So we do see one of those planes that's on our radar, our sky map. Sorry, traffic map, right here. So they're ahead of us. So that might be that. What was it? American? There was some American. That might be that plane. Oh no, that was the SkyWest, I think, actually.
SkyWest 6464, Albuquerque Center.
Okay, so right now we're supposed to be between 25 and 22, and we're at 25. So pretty good. And then at ping, we would be above 17. What's our landing at 1,600 feet? 13, almost 14. And let's check out what we have for distance. So we still have 132 nautical miles to go yet. So at some point, we will be getting, after Nelly? After Nelly, we'll be getting vectors to Alice. Maybe Alice. So I wonder, okay, so we got, what, hybrid, ping, I don't know what this one would be, Bradley? Birdie? Maybe Birdie? Wigman? I don't know what the hell that would be. Duke? Ryan? Or Riven? Legacy? Vistal? Nelly? Alice or Alice? Boy, fix. I don't see. It's in Tesla. Falgo. Cagor. It's interesting what some of the abbreviations are, what they stand for. Like there's all like those in Orlando and Atlanta, you have like the Gandalfs and the Star Wars ones. Chicago has like the Black Hawk. The departure, what's the departure one called? Oh my gosh. Oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting that one. Why am I forgetting that one right now? Pumpkin. Yeah, Pumpkin. So it's interesting to see how they come up with all these different ones. So I wonder if they're ever going to change the visibility of planes, the LOD, in 2024, or if that's just the way it's going to be. Because that other plane is fairly close to us. 600 feet below us. And it's somewhere like right ahead of us though. And we can't see it at all. But eventually it will pop in. Yeah, I can't see it anywhere out there. But eventually it will pop in if if we're not at the same speed. But I would assume we're probably pretty close to the same speed. Because we're both on the same arrival, it looks like. It's gonna like pop up right now and be like all in the cockpit. So I flew out of Phoenix the other day. And I was surprised there wasn't a lot of photogrammetry. I want to see if it was a bug or not. That's what I want to see. I also want to know, are we expecting runway 7 right still? Because they didn't say, right? They just said descend via ping 1. This feels like an ask. Albuquerque Center, SkyWest 6464. What's our expected arrival runway today into Phoenix?
SkyWest 6464. The expected arrival runway at Phoenix Sky Harbor is runway 07 right.
There we go. 7 right. That doesn't mean it's correct because it has been known to be wrong sometimes.
Oxford 3867.
Alright, standard pressure.
Center. Expect Suns 8, runway 22 left.
Altimeter 2985.
Expect Suns 8, runway 22 left. Oxford 3867.
And that's set in there.
November 3087 Charlie, contact Chandler, approach 229.5.
Contact
And
Chandler
the
approach
airport
3087
is
Charlie.
off to the side here, somewhere.
Oxford 3867, turn right, heading 005, climb and maintain.
I think we're catching up with that
1,000
plane.
feet, altimeter 2988.
Turn right, heading 005, climb and maintain 1,000 feet.
They're
Altimeter 2988.
about 1,200 feet below us at this point. They're like right in front of us somewhere. Well, there's a plane in the satellite imagery. That's cool. It's a random check. That's cool. But I don't see this other plane still, which is a good thing. That's so funny. So like this stuff here, this is not photogrammetry, right? This is satellite imagery. This is taking Bing maps and dropping it into the sim, okay? Then the photogrammetry is where it has like the 3D imaging of the ground. And last time I was here in Phoenix, I swear that it had just satellite imagery. Again, unless the sim was just being bonkers that day. I also thought Phoenix got an update with the city update that came out for the US on, what was that, Tuesday? Yeah, of course it came out after the stream. Or it came out during the stream and I didn't know that. Alright, just past 16,000. Yeah, I think we're catching this plane pretty quick.
ExecJet 6Q Sierra, contact Albuquerque Center 134.45.
We'll go ahead and clear out the traffic map for now, because we'll be throwing the yoke cam in shortly. I kind of want to move that yoke cam again. I don't know if I'm quite happy with where it is. I like the other view of it,
Contact Phoenix approach.
of, you know, what you can see in the cockpit, so I might have to just get, I don't know, I have to figure that out.
Delta 780. Contact Albuquerque Center 125.
I like you all being able to see the FCU, but I also want you to be able to see the yoke cam, the yoke, because that's the purpose of it, the yoke. It's called the yoke cam for a reason. And I felt like the other angle I had, you couldn't really see the yoke, but you can see the instruments. So I need to get like an angle right above my chair, I guess. Which I think would be kind of difficult to do. We'll see. Yeah, we're definitely catching that plane. I'm just surprised it's not visible yet. Got an airport right in front of us.
Good morning. Flight level
There.
259er. American 1331 Albuquerque.
There's a big old hole over here.
Radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 280. Continue climb to flight level 280. American 1331.
$29.85 for the altimeter. Yep, that's all set. Beautiful, grand.
Skywest 6464, you're off course. Clear direct Puka. Resumo navigation.
Off course? What are you talking about?
Affirm. Cleared direct Pucre. Resumo navigation. Skywest 6464.
What? It wants us on the other side?
Albuquerque
Well,
Center,
we're just sticking
Southwest
here because
2226.
I'm gonna look through my notes.
1,000 feet for 1,000 feet direct goalie.
Descend arrival runway 7 right.
Phoenix approach 128.65. Take care.
I am
Contact
so
Phoenix approach,
confused.
Southwest 1672. Have a good one.
Southwest 2226 Albuquerque Center. Climb, maintain flight level.
Okay, let's look at this. This is crazy. Okay,
Climb, maintain flight level.
so it wants us over
280,
here,
Southwest
but these are landing runways 25 left and right and runway 26. Okay, but we asked it runway 7. Looking back at Beyond ATC, it did tell me descend via ping 1 arrival runway 7 right, which is this here. So I think it's really confused. Seven right, Brady, Wingman, Duke, Reven, Legacy, On Track, Nelly, expect radar vectors. Right here. 7 right. So I think it's really confused. It wants us over here for some reason. But again, these are for our transitions for these runways, not for runway 7 right. And is that stupid frame gen thing back again? Kinda, sorta. That'll be good enough. Oh, 10,000 landing lights are on. Well, I'm sticking where I am. I'm landing runway 7 right. We'll see what happens.
Skywest 6464, turn right, heading 035, intercept the 7 right localizer, vectors for the approach.
What?
Turn right, heading 035, intercept the 7 right localizer, Skywest 6464.
Why would I do
Skywest
that?
6464, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
What is it trying to do? I am so confused.
Contact
I will
Phoenix
report
approach,
this one for
Skywest
sure.
6464. Phoenix approach,
035. If I turn
6464,
035, that's over here. That would put me over
9,400
here.
with the numbers.
7 right is right here. So it wants me to go this way and intercept the localizer? How can you intercept the localizer when it's over here? Whatever, we're going to continue on our path here.
Expect the visual approach runway 7 right, Skywest
Beyond ATC has lost its
6464.
Lost his marbles. That's crazy. So here's the airport, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's the airport there. So 035 would vector us around over here, which means we would have probably flown over the airport and then gone off into the sunset. Well, sunrise. That's weird. That's some weird stuff. And why are we increasing our speed all of a sudden? Take it easy, Phoenix. It all just went to hell. All of it just went to hell. I was kind of curious why we weren't getting... Oh, there's that plane in front of us. Alright, slowing the plane down, slowing it down.
Phoenix approach.
See, that's where also something weird is going on, because this plane is following the same arrival we are, the Ping 1, landing runway 7 right.
Southwest 930, Phoenix approach, altimeter 2985.
Yeah, so this is definitely a bug. We'll report this one to be on ATC after this flight.
Altimeter 2985, expect the visual approach runway 8, Southwest 930.
This is definitely too close. This is an FAA violation, I feel. There'd definitely be a number to call. Is there 2 planes ahead of us? Yeah, we got one here. That's on our same altitude. One that's 100 feet above us. So this is probably the one that's right on our altitude of 7,000, which would make sense. This one's descending, it looks like. Now it's down to 2,000. Or sorry, no. 0. Okay, so it's well, they're both at. So they're probably both at the same. It's just different altimeters. I'm going off what Pilot's Life is telling me. 2985.
American 858, lead Neil heading 035. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 7 right.
And there's that one that's in front of us, or 2 in front of us. So that's this one here.
Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 7 right, American 858.
And then whatever this plane is here.
American 858, turn right heading 035. Intercept the 7 right localizer. Vectors for the approach.
What's that?
Turn right.
There's that
035,
American,
intercept the 7
maybe?
right localizer, American 858.
This looks like a southwest.
American 858, descend, maintain 5,200 feet, altimeter 2985.
Descend, maintain 5,200 feet.
I don't know if they're going to give us a turn here, though.
American
We
858.
might have to be on our own.
Southwest 1672, turn right heading 045. Intercept the 7 right localizer. Vectors for the approach.
Okay, so yep, that definitely is southwest.
Heading 045.
There it is.
7 right localizer, Southwest 1672.
And we'll see if we get vectors.
Southwest 1672, descend, maintain 4,600 feet, altimeter 2985.
I don't expect to get vectors.
Descend, maintain 4,600
But I've been surprised
altimeter
before.
2985, Southwest 1672.
We're going to give it up to Nelly here. And if we don't get it at Nelly, then we will vector ourselves over. Yeah, we're 1 nautical mile out, so yeah, we're not getting vectors. All right, so we'll go direct to Falgo.
American 858 airport is at your 2 o'clock 15 miles.
Direct to
Report field in
Falgo.
sight.
Field in sight, American 858.
And let's go ahead and reduce. We'll go to auto for the altitude.
Cleared visual approach runway 7
And
right.
3,000. Good to go there.
Cleared visual approach 7 right, American 858.
Yeah, so something got really goofy on this
Southwest
flight.
1672 airport is at your 1 o'clock 14 miles.
Really
Report
goofy with
field
Beyond
in sight.
ATC.
We have the field, Southwest 1672.
I'm now wondering if we were to go back in time,
1672, cleared visual
if
approach
we were to
runway
follow
7
what
right.
the instructions they gave us, what would have
Cleared
happened.
visual approach 7 right, Southwest 1672.
it probably would have vectored us around onto the other side of the airport and then came back around this way. That's what probably would have happened. Yeah, see, this doesn't look like photogrammetry. Although this does here. Maybe I'm making up stories now.
6464, airport is at your 2 o'clock, 22 miles.
The hell's the field at? Don't have the field yet. Where is the field? Is it there?
SkyWest 6464,
Yeah.
airport is at your 2 o'clock, 22 miles. Report the field in sight.
We have the field in sight, SkyWest 6464. Okay, so we're gonna go to localizer.
Cleared visual approach runway 7 right.
Alright, clear for the visual.
Cleared visual approach 7 right, SkyWest 6464.
Southwest
Yoke cams on.
1672, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er, take care.
Looking good there. Approach on. Glide slope's been captured. We're 17 nautical miles out.
Tower 120.9er.
Contact Tower 120.9er, American 858. See you.
See, I wonder if that last update caused a bug. I haven't been looking in the Beyond ATC Discord for a little bit, so I wonder if that last update caused a bug with the approaches, because now that's 2 back-to-back flights since the update that the approaches are kind of, it's been off of the arrivals. The San Francisco one and now this one, and I didn't fly at all yesterday. No, Phoenix is not. It is not, Flo. It's not my home airport. I think it's a hub. I think it's a hub for SkyWest, though, and I think that's why I've been flying a lot here recently. Well, Phoenix is too damn hot for me. Maybe it is. No, it's not photogrammetry. See all these buildings? They look very similar. It's not photogrammetry. I thought Phoenix would have been photogrammetry, though. It's crazy. Because downtown's in here, though.
SkyWest 6464, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Isn't downtown, like, over here somewhere?
Over to Tower 120.9er, SkyWest 6464. Phoenix Tower, SkyWest 6464.
Do I have...
Visual runway 7 right.
Do I have photogrammetry turned off? I'll check that on the ground. Alright, flaps coming down a notch.
Wilco, SkyWest 6464.
I wonder if I have photogrammetry turned off accidentally. There, yeah, there's downtown.
8801. Ready for departure.
Gear coming down. And that's supposed to be... Yeah, so something got goofed up here. I think photogrammetry's turned off. That's why there's no photogrammetry here. Why would that have turned off, though?
Fly runway heading. Runway 7 left. Cleared for takeoff. Empire Air 8801.
Okay, so on exit of runway, exit to the left, probably Golf 6. Flaps down full, or not full, but flaps down 2, going down to 3.
American 858, go around, fly
Oh,
runway
American's going around.
6100.
Going round.
Flaps
Fly runway heading. Maintain 6100. American 858.
3,
American
and
858,
flaps
contact
4.
Phoenix,
Full.
approach 128.65. Talk to you in a minute.
AP's off.
Contact
My aircraft.
approach 128.
Winds are crosswind currently at 11.
58. Speak soon.
Speak soon. Yeah, I'll check my photogrammetry settings. Something got goofed up in my settings. It's like I thought Phoenix was a photogrammetry city in the US. It has to be. A little low on the approach, bring up that nose.
64, wind 120 at 7, runway 7 right, cleared to land.
Alright, 7 right, clear to land.
Runway 7 right, clear to land. SkyWest 6464.
Now I wonder, now I have to do some testing because what if my FPS didn't actually improve, but there's no photogrammetry, so that's why it looks like it did. Now we have question marks. Although other people have confirmed that the little trick with the frame limiter does work. I just don't understand why it would have disabled. I never turned it off. Alright, stereo cockpit, we gotta land.
Above. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Empire Air 8801.
That's a little bit of a hard landing. Alright, reverses are out. Kind of floated there for a bit.
Departure. Empire Air 8801. Have a good morning.
Alright, reversers are stowed. And this is 6, right? Yeah, that's 6. We're gonna do 7. Golf 7.
64, exit left at Golf 7.
Perfect, that's what they want us to do.
Exit left at Golf 7.
Landing lights are
SkyWest
off.
6464.
And now, here's the question. Where do they want us to go at this point? There's a lot of traffic here, so we're not going to do anything too crazy. Stowed the spoilers. I'm gonna say we can go to Foxtrot 10, but
Contact ground 1 tree 2.55.
I don't know for sure.
Welcome you to your
Let's bring up our
destination.
ground charts.
Ground 132.55. SkyWest 6464.
Is off. Keep the aisle clear of all carry-out items.
Phoenix ground, SkyWest 6464, exit runway 7 right. We're at Golf 7, looking to taxi the gate, Foxtrot 3.
Please be careful as items may have shifted in flight. You may now use your
Southwest 1476, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Lower your window shades and open the air.
Contact Tower 120.9er.
So maybe Foxtrot 10, Echo 10?
Thank you for your assistance. We know you have a choice.
SkyWest 6464, welcome to Phoenix Sky Harbor, gate Foxtrot 3 taxi via
Nope, it
Golf
wants to go back.
7, Foxtrot 9er, hold short runway 7 left.
That's why I hold there, because
Gate Foxtrot 3
sometimes
via Golf 7,
it wants us to
Foxtrot
backtrack.
9er. Hold short runway 7 left, SkyWest 6464.
Empire Air 8753, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Let's see what our FPS says here.
Contact Tower 120.9er.
Jeez, 50?
Empire Air 8753.
40, 55? Jeez, what's going on here? It's a lot of traffic. Alright, so we're going to hold short here. Foxtrot 9. I'd assume there's a plane taking off soon. Yeah, there's a plane right there. So while that's doing that, let's test something real quick. Let's go here, frame gen off, save. Let's go frame gen back on. Save, and see if that fixes the FPS hit. Nope. Still hit here. Alright, so we're just holding short for this plane to cross, or take off. Bye-bye, Southwest. They paid for the full runway and they're taking it. Alright, we should get our clearance out across.
SkyWest 6464. Cross runway 7 left at Echo Niner. Continue taxi via Echo Niner Echo. Delta Niner Delta.
Delta Niner.
Cross runway 7 left
Delta.
at Echo Niner. Continue taxi via Echo Niner Echo Delta Niner Delta. SkyWest 6464.
Oh, cool. So our parking's right up here on the left. So our parking's one of these gates here. I'm just gonna randomly pick one, I guess. Gate 3. Does it have the gates above it? The numbers? Oh, right there. Foxtrot 3. Cool. Alright, taxi lights are off.
Southwest 2061. Contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Suppose this is where the budget airlines park.
Over to Tower 120.
Sun Country right next to us.
Southwest 2061. See you.
Alright. Parking brake is set. We're going to check the photogrammetry after this. I'm very curious. Phoenix, and we're going to go to ground services, GPU chocks, toggle the jetway, ground power's on, engine 1, 2 are off. Alright, so that's connecting. Okay, so we're getting 57, 58 on high, down to 53 on the low. We're going to keep the ATC traffic on for now, because I want to experiment at this point. We also got to check out, let's check out a pilot site real quick though first, so that I don't forget to check
Southwest 2061, Phoenix Tower, wind 120 at 7. Fly runway heading, runway 7 left. Cleared for takeoff.
I turned the tower because I want to get off ATC talking. I got off ground, sorry, but then I went to tower. Okay, so we had a landing rate of what? We got 100% on that landing, which is cool. And landing rate was 184. Okay, so not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was a rougher landing. My next flight is Wichita to Dallas. And then I have San Francisco, LAX, and then Madison to Detroit. So, a bunch of short hops. Cool. Okay, so let's test out something now. Oh, that's not global. What is it? Online. Is it online? Photogrammetry's on. What is going on here? You saw that, right? Phoenix does have a downtown that I should be able to see. Alright, so it's off and then back on. Let's see if this fixes it. I'm so very confused. Alright, it's thinking really, really hard right now. Let it think. Let it continue to think hard. And we're going to keep Beyond ATC up at this point, because I want to look at it realistically. If I can. If it actually loads, we'll see what happens. We seen any data coming through? Fiber, we're not really seeing. Oh, yeah, we are 3. Okay, so does seem to be doing something in the background. No, it doesn't, because it's saying download speed 0. So it may not be doing anything in the background. I'll give it a couple more seconds. And then I'll have to do some experimenting if this doesn't work. So now I wonder when this happened. When did photogrammetry just stop working? I'm trying to think of the last place I remember seeing photogrammetry. Might have been Chicago. Was that our last flight? Was that Monday, right? Or Tuesday? So what happened between Tuesday and yeah, something happened between Tuesday and Tuesday night. Yeah, I think it broke. I don't think it's doing anything. So I guess we'll end the stream there. I'll do some investigation, and if I remember, we'll talk about it in the next stream. But as always, thanks everyone for coming on in today's stream. Thanks everyone on Twitch. Thanks everyone on YouTube. And we'll probably do the next stream on Restream as well, so that we can kind of keep testing to see how this all works out. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see everyone for the next stream. Take care.